How many times have you found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, driven by that uncomfortable, almost urgent need to get up and go to the bathroom? And let me guess, after you get back to bed, sleep just doesn't come. Sound familiar? Or maybe it's not you, but your parents, grandparents, or even your partner going through this night after night. What if I told you that this isn't just an annoying habit, or something that comes with age? Today, I want to open your eyes to a problem that affects millions of older adults around the world, and more importantly, what simple steps you can take, starting tonight, to reclaim your sleep and quality of life. Now picture this. It's 2 or 3 a.m. Your body is craving rest, but there you are, once again, shuffling half asleep to the bathroom. You handle the situation, go back to bed, but then, your mind is racing, your body is restless, and sleep feels like a distant memory. Minutes turn into hours, and suddenly it's morning. But you feel like you barely slept. Have you asked yourself why this keeps happening? Is it really just part of aging, or could there be things you're doing during the day, without realizing, that are making your nights harder? There's a name for this condition: nocturia. Sounds technical, I know, but it simply means waking up one or more times during the night to urinate. But here's something most people don't realize. Nocturia isn't a disease itself. It's a symptom. A red flag from your body saying, "Hey, something's out of balance here." And here's the good news. Most of the time, there are practical ways to fix it. Before I dive into the solutions, though, let me help you understand what's really going on behind the scenes. First, let's talk about how your body is supposed to work at night. You see, we all have an internal clock, our circadian rhythm, that controls everything from sleep cycles to hormone release. And yes, even how much urine our kidneys produce. During the night, your body naturally slows down urine production, thanks to a hormone called vasopressin, also known as the antidiuretic hormone. Its job? To tell your kidneys, "Hey, let's hold on to the water for now. We'll deal with it in the morning." But when this system gets disrupted, guess what happens? More urine production, right when you should be sleeping. Now you might be wondering, why is this happening to me? Great question. The answer isn't always just about age. For some people, the production of vasopressin naturally decreases over the years. But for many others, it's about daily habits that unknowingly overload the bladder at night. Drinking too much fluid late in the evening, consuming foods and drinks that act as diuretics, like coffee, tea, citrus fruits, or even spicy foods, can all trigger this problem. Are you making some of these mistakes without realizing? And there's another factor many people overlook, something called peripheral edema. Sounds complicated, right? But it's simple. It means fluid retention in your legs and feet during the day. Have you noticed swelling in your ankles by the evening? That's your body holding on to fluids. And when you lie down at night, gravity shifts, causing that trapped fluid to return to your bloodstream, and then straight to your kidneys. The result? More urine production, just when you're trying to sleep. Let me ask you something else. Have you been diagnosed with conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart failure? These chronic health issues often worsen nocturia. Why? Because they interfere with how your body manages fluids and how your kidneys function. And here's another detail. If you're taking diuretics, those water pills often prescribed for swelling or high blood pressure, taking them too late in the day can directly sabotage your nights. Have you checked what time you're taking your medications? But please, before you throw your hands in the air and think, "Oh, this is just my life now," hold on. There's hope. The truth is, in many cases, nocturia can be dramatically reduced or even stopped by making a few strategic changes in your routine. I'm not talking about holding your bladder all night or dehydrating yourself. I'm talking about smart, science-backed habits that align with how your body actually works. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the most common daytime and evening mistakes that silently fuel this problem. From the timing of your fluids, to foods you didn't realize were diuretic, to simple adjustments in your evening routine that can make a world of difference for your sleep. Ready to find out what they are? Before we dive into the solutions, though, let me ask you, have you ever discussed this problem directly with your doctor? A lot of people suffer quietly, thinking nocturia is too small, a problem to bring up during medical appointments. But here's the reality. Nocturia isn't just about sleep. It affects your mood, your energy, your balance at night, and yes, even your heart health. That's why it's time we start taking it seriously. Now let's talk about one of the biggest and most common mistakes people make during the day that worsens nocturia at night. Drinking large amounts of fluids too late in the evening. Let me ask you, have you ever felt especially thirsty after dinner and ended up drinking 2 or 3 glasses of water before bed? It seems harmless, right? After all, staying hydrated is important. But here's the thing. Your kidneys don't stop working just because it's nighttime. That extra fluid stays in your system, and sooner or later, your bladder will send the signal, time to wake up and go. One simple strategy? Shift most of your fluid intake to earlier in the day, especially in the morning and early afternoon. Another trap that many people fall into: drinking beverages that act as diuretics without realizing it. Do you enjoy a cup of tea or coffee after dinner? Or maybe you like a glass of wine or beer in the evening to help relax? Here's the problem. Caffeine and alcohol are both natural diuretics. That means they stimulate your kidneys to produce more urine, exactly what you don't want before bed. Even herbal teas like chamomile or green tea can have a mild diuretic effect. My advice: try to avoid these drinks at least 4 to 6 hours before bedtime. Your bladder will thank you. Let's also talk about food. Yes, food can play a sneaky role in nocturia too. Have you ever noticed that after eating spicy meals or foods high in citrus, like oranges, lemons, or even tomatoes, you feel the urge to pee more often? That's because certain ingredients can irritate the bladder lining, making it more sensitive and reactive. Chocolate, artificial sweeteners, and even some soups with high sodium content can trigger the same effect. So here's a question for you. Have you paid attention to how your dinner choices affect your sleep and bathroom visits? And speaking of sodium, let me share something that surprises a lot of people. Eating too much salt during the day doesn't just raise your blood pressure, it also increases urine production at night. Why? Because high sodium levels force your body to hold on to more water during the day. And then later, your kidneys work overtime to get rid of that excess. Studies have shown that reducing daily salt intake can significantly decrease nighttime urination. Have you checked how much salt is hiding in your snacks, canned foods, or restaurant meals lately? Now let's discuss another overlooked factor: your level of physical activity. Are you moving enough during the day? Regular movement, especially walking and light exercises, helps your body process fluids more efficiently and reduces fluid buildup in the legs. Remember that peripheral edema I mentioned earlier? Gentle leg movements and even simple ankle pumps during the day can reduce nighttime fluid shifts. One great tip: elevate your legs for 20 to 30 minutes in the late afternoon. This helps move trapped fluid back into circulation before bedtime, giving your kidneys time to handle it while you're still awake. Sleep hygiene matters too. Let me ask you, how is your bedroom environment? Is it dark, quiet, and cool enough to support deep sleep? Poor sleep quality makes it easier for small bladder signals to wake you up. If you're already a light sleeper, even a minor sensation of bladder fullness can interrupt your rest. Simple changes like blackout curtains, white noise, machines, and avoiding screens an hour before bed can strengthen your sleep cycles, making you less sensitive to those bladder signals. Now let's touch on something that's rarely discussed: anxiety about nighttime urination. Have you ever found yourself going to the bathroom just in case before bed, and then waking up again shortly after with the same urge? This anticipatory behavior can actually condition your brain to expect bathroom trips at night, creating a psychological loop. One way to break this pattern? Trust your body and resist the urge to empty your bladder multiple times right before bed, unless you really need to. Also, let's not ignore the role of chronic health conditions. If you're living with diabetes, uncontrolled blood sugar levels can increase urine production. a phenomenon called osmotic diuresis. Similarly, if you have sleep apnea, your body experiences hormonal changes during those apneic episodes that increase nighttime urine output. Have you been checked for these conditions? If not, and if your nocturia is persistent, it's worth bringing up with your doctor. Medication timing is another critical piece of the puzzle. Many people take diuretics or water pills in the late afternoon or even at night. But here's the thing. These medications are designed to make you urinate. Ideally, they should be taken in the morning or early afternoon to minimize their effect on your sleep. If you're unsure about when to take your medications, please don't guess. Have a conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. Finally, let me highlight one more point before we move to the next steps. Bladder training. Yes, that's a thing. It involves gradually increasing the time between bathroom visits during the day to help your bladder hold more comfortably at night. It's not about holding it in, painfully. It's about retraining your bladder muscles and nerves to reduce oversensitivity. There are simple, guided ways to do this, and I'll explain how shortly. So now that you understand the common triggers, let's dive into practical solutions you can start applying today. First tip, manage your fluid intake smartly. Spread your hydration throughout the day. Drink more in the morning and early afternoon. After 6 p.m., start reducing both the quantity and frequency of fluids. Of course, don't stop drinking altogether. That's not healthy. But by shifting the bulk of your intake earlier, you give your body time to process and eliminate excess fluids before bedtime. Have you ever tried tracking how much you drink and when? Next, rethink your evening routine. Are you eating salty snacks after dinner? Having that cup of tea or coffee as a way to relax? Or maybe enjoying a glass of wine before bed? Consider replacing these with low-sodium, non-caffeinated alternatives. Warm water with a splash of lemon, but not too much citrus, or herbal teas like rooibos, known for being bladder-friendly, can be good substitutes. Even a simple chamomile, if tolerated, might help calm your nervous system without overloading your bladder. Elevating your legs in the late afternoon can also help reduce nighttime urination. How? As I explained earlier, this simple habit helps shift fluid from your legs back into circulation while you're still awake. Just 20 to 30 minutes of leg elevation by propping your feet up on a pillow or reclining in a chair can make a real difference. Have you tried this before? If not, tonight could be a great start. Another small but powerful tip. Do a pre-bedtime bathroom visit, about 30 minutes before actually going to bed, and then try not to go again right before lying down unless you genuinely feel the need. Why? This helps break the psychological habit of making multiple unnecessary bathroom trips at bedtime, which often makes nocturia worse by creating anxiety around sleep. For people dealing with swelling in the legs during the day, compression stockings can help. Have you ever heard of them? These special socks gently squeeze your legs, preventing fluid from pooling in your lower limbs. By wearing them during the day, especially if you're sitting or standing for long periods, you can reduce nighttime fluid shifts that overload your bladder. Also, let's not forget the power of routine physical activity. Even light walking for 20 to 30 minutes a day helps your body regulate fluids better. Plus, regular exercise improves sleep quality overall. Have you been moving enough lately? If mobility is a challenge, even simple leg exercises while seated can help. Now let's talk about sleep environment again. Is your bedroom too warm? Too bright? Are you waking up not just because of your bladder, but also because of noise or light disturbances? Improving your sleep hygiene by making your room cooler, darker, and quieter can reduce nighttime awakenings in general, making you less likely to notice small bladder sensations that would normally not wake you up. Stress management plays a role too. Chronic anxiety keeps your nervous system in a state of alert, making your bladder more reactive. Simple breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation, or even light stretching before bed can calm your nervous system and indirectly reduce nocturia episodes. Have you considered incorporating relaxation techniques into your nighttime routine? Let's also discuss bladder training in a bit more detail. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to hold urine painfully. It's about gradually increasing the time between daytime bathroom visits. training your bladder to hold more volume without discomfort. Working with a physical therapist specialized in pelvic floor health or using a guided schedule can make this process smoother and safer. Finally, for people who've tried all lifestyle adjustments and still struggle, it's important to know that medical evaluation is essential. Sometimes nocturia can be a sign of underlying conditions like sleep apnea, prostate problems in men, or overactive bladder syndrome. If your nighttime urination persists despite all these strategies, please don't delay. Make an appointment with your doctor for a more in-depth evaluation. Now let's talk about an important but often overlooked connection: how heart health influences nighttime urination. Have you ever noticed that people with heart conditions, like congestive heart failure, tend to wake up more at night to urinate? That's not a coincidence. When your heart struggles to pump effectively, fluid builds up in your body during the day. And guess when your kidneys finally catch up and start eliminating that excess fluid? Exactly. At night, when you lie down and gravity redistributes the fluids. This is why monitoring your heart health is such a key part of managing nocturia. Have you checked your blood pressure and heart function recently? Another factor that many older adults don't realize is at play: undiagnosed sleep apnea. Yes, you heard me right. Sleep apnea doesn't just cause snoring or breathing interruptions. It actually triggers hormonal changes that increase urine production at night. During apnea episodes, your body releases atrial natriuretic peptide, ANP, a hormone that tells your kidneys to get rid of more water and sodium. If you wake up frequently to urinate and feel excessively tired during the day, could sleep apnea be part of the problem? It's worth investigating. Let's not forget blood sugar control. For people living with diabetes, or even pre-diabetes, high blood sugar can spill over into the urine, pulling extra water with it. This leads to increased urine production day and night. If you've noticed an increase in nighttime bathroom visits along with increased thirst, weight changes, or blurry vision, please get your blood sugar levels checked. Early detection makes a huge difference. By now, you're probably realizing that nocturia isn't just a bladder problem. It's a full-body issue, connected to your heart, hormones, kidneys, nervous system, and even That's why addressing it effectively requires looking at your whole lifestyle, not just what happens at night. Are you starting to see patterns in your own habits that could be contributing? Another tip that helps many people: keeping a bladder diary for a few days. I know it sounds tedious, but trust me, it works. Simply track what and how much you drink, the times you go to the bathroom, and any foods or activities that might influence your bladder. Often patterns emerge that you wouldn't notice otherwise. Have you ever tried this before? Let's also talk about timing your dinner. Eating heavy meals late in the evening can increase nighttime urine production, especially meals high in protein or sodium. Giving your body at least 2 to 3 hours to digest before lying down can reduce pressure on your bladder and decrease fluid retention. Could shifting your dinner time a little earlier help you? Some people also benefit from bladder-calming supplements or herbal remedies. But here's my strong advice: always talk to your doctor before trying anything new. Even natural products like pumpkin seed extract or magnesium can have interactions with medications you're already taking. Safety first, always. Hydration quality matters too. Did you know that drinking plain water is better for your bladder than sugary drinks or artificially sweetened beverages? Studies have shown that artificial sweeteners, found in diet sodas and sugar-free products, can irritate the bladder lining and increase urgency. If you're drinking flavored waters or diet drinks in the evening, could that be part of the problem? One more point: nighttime temperature regulation. Many people wake up to urinate not because their bladder is full, but because their body overheats under too many blankets or in a warm room. Overheating can increase circulation and stimulate the kidneys. Keeping your bedroom cool, around 18 to 20 C, 64 to 68 degree, and using breathable bedding can help. Have you checked your sleep environment temperature lately? Lastly, let me remind you, you don't have to accept nocturia as your new normal. Yes, it's common, but it's not inevitable. and it's definitely not untreatable. Small, consistent changes in your daily habits can bring huge improvements. And if after all these steps you're still struggling, please take that as a sign to talk to your doctor. There's no shame in seeking help for your sleep and your health. So, let's pause for a moment and reflect. How many of these factors have been quietly building up in your daily routine? Excess fluids at night, hidden diuretics in your diet, poor sleep habits, underlying health conditions, or maybe it's a combination of all of them. The good news is that understanding the cause is the first and most powerful step toward change. And today, you've taken that step. But information alone isn't enough. Real change happens when we start putting this knowledge into practice. Are you ready for that? Imagine how different your nights could feel if you started making even 2 or 3 of these small adjustments. Picture going to bed, falling asleep, and waking up naturally in the morning without multiple bathroom interruptions. Think about how much more energy, focus, and joy you'd have during the day if your sleep was truly restorative again. Doesn't that sound like a future worth working for? Now, let me be honest. Results won't happen overnight. This is a gradual process. Your body needs time to adjust to the new routines. Some people notice improvements within a few days. Others take a couple of weeks. The key is consistency. Keep applying the fluid management tips, adjust your diet, stay active, and review your medications with your doctor if necessary. And above all, be patient with yourself. Change takes time, but it's absolutely possible. Also, please don't ignore warning signs. If your nocturia suddenly worsens, if you notice blood in your urine, pain when urinating, or if you start feeling excessively weak or dizzy at night, those are red flags. In these cases, don't wait. Seek medical evaluation as soon as possible. Remember, this video is here to educate and empower you, but it does not replace professional medical advice. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, start small. Pick one habit to change this week. Maybe it's reducing your salt intake, or moving your diuretic medication to earlier in the day, or simply setting a reminder to stop drinking fluids after dinner. One small step at a time. That's how lasting change begins. Which habit do you think you'll start with? If you've been silently struggling with nighttime bathroom trips for months or even years, I want you to know, you're not alone. This is a problem millions of people face, and there is a path toward better nights. Share this video with a friend or family member who might be going through the same thing. Let's spread this information. Helping others is also a way of helping ourselves. And here's my final request. Talk to your doctor. If you've never mentioned your nocturia during a medical appointment, make it a priority at your next visit. Describe your symptoms, share what you've tried, and ask if further tests are needed. Sometimes, resolving nocturia means uncovering and treating an underlying condition that's been hiding in plain sight. Also, keep in mind, good sleep is not a luxury. It's a basic pillar of your health, just like nutrition and exercise. When you sleep better, your immune system works better. Your heart, your brain, and even your emotional well-being all improve. You deserve that level of health and vitality. So let's make a deal. Tonight, start with one change. Maybe it's skipping that extra glass of water after dinner, or doing 10 minutes of leg elevation before bed, or writing down what you ate and drank during the day. Whatever it is, commit to yourself. Small actions today can lead to peaceful, uninterrupted nights tomorrow. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this conversation. I hope this information empowers you to take action and reclaim your nights. If this content helped you, leave a comment, share your experience, and let's build a community where people talk openly about real health challenges like this one. And finally, a quick but important disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. It's not a substitute for medical diagnosis or treatment. Always consult your doctor before making significant changes to your medication or health routine. Take care, and here's to quieter nights and brighter mornings ahead.